This is Sylvia Saber with OpTv Global headlines. Starting with the top international stories for the day. A Pentagon review has concluded that the U.S. drone strike that led to the deaths of 10 Afghan civilians in Kabul was an honest mistake and was not caused by negligence. Air Force Lieutenant General Sami said blamed execution errors, confirmation bias, and communication breakdowns for the civilian casualties. The Pentagon said that China has been expanding its nuclear arsenal much more quickly than predicted and is narrowing the gap with the United States. According to the report, the number of Chinese nuclear warheads could increase to 700 within 6 years and may top 1,000 by 2030. U.S. President Joe Biden has rejected suggestions that his Democratic Party's shock loss in the Virginia governor's race was a verdict on his presidency. He cited Trump voters, schools, jobs, and petrol prices as other reasons for the surprise defeat of Terry McAuliffe. In a historic first, Pakistani-American Shama Haider, who is chair of the Democratic Party in Tenafly, New Jersey, has won her first-term seat to the state assembly from the 37th legislative district. Shama Haider is among the first-ever Asian-American women to serve in the legislature. Israel is preparing to launch a huge missile detecting and reconnaissance balloon to tackle threats on its northern borders with Lebanon. The ministry statement described the balloon as the largest in the world, which will provide additional early warning capabilities against aerial and ground threats. A senior Taliban commander has died in the Daesh suicide attack in Kabul. Hamdullah Mukhlis is the first senior figure who fell prey to Daesh 2 months after the Taliban came to power. Iran has claimed to have thwarted what it terms a United States attempt to steal an oil tanker in the strategic Sea of Oman. A U.S. military vessel reportedly confiscated an Iranian oil tanker and diverted the oil to another tanker. India has been lit up in a dazzling display of light and color as millions of people celebrate the Hindu festival of Diwali. India has been lit up in a dazzling display of light and color as millions of people celebrate the Hindu festival of Diwali. But experts say it comes with concerns over the coronavirus pandemic and air pollution. Up next, we have the national updates. The United Kingdom and Pakistani navies conducted a joint drill in the Northern Arabian Sea. The exercise is aimed to enhance interoperability and contribute towards international efforts for ensuring maritime security in the region. Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Mohammad Amjad Khan Niazi called on Prime Minister Imran Khan in Islamabad. According to Prime Minister Office, professional matters pertaining to Pakistan Navy were discussed during the meeting. The 5-member Uzbek delegation visited Torkham Border Terminal and Pakistan Military Academy, Kabul. The delegation received a briefing by the authorities concerned at Mishni Post and witnessed cargo trucks arriving from Uzbekistan. Prime Minister Imran Khan held an interactive session with the resident ambassadors of Muslim countries. Prime Minister laid emphasis on teaching ethics in schools in order to help build character of Muslim youth in accordance with Islam. 29 Pakistani universities have made it to the top 500 in Asia in the Quacquarelli Simons Asia University Rankings for 2022. The National University of Sciences and Technology retained the first position for the 5th consecutive year among the 47 Pakistani universities. Another case has been registered against Zahir Jaffer, the accused in Nur Muqaddam's murder, for allegedly assaulting cops and using foul language in court. Zahir was kicked out of the courtroom during a hearing after he repeatedly misbehaved and used foul language. Men allegedly tortured to death for stopping Arab tourists from hunting Hubara bustard in Karachi's Maiman Goat. The body of men allegedly tortured to death for stopping Arab tourists from hunting Hubara bustard in Karachi Maiman's Goat was found at a farmhouse belonging to a Pakistan People's Party lawmaker in Karachi's area Mali. His family alleged that their son was murdered over the endangered bird hunting controversy. The federal government has renewed its demand that the Sindh government should expedite daily release of feed for stabilizing the flour price. The federal government's orders in this regard have been implemented only in Punjab and Islamabad Capital Territory. At least 23 people were killed and over 9 injured when a passenger bus plunged into a ravine in Azad Jammu Kashmir's Balandri area. More than 30 passengers were on board the ill-fated bus, which was on its way to Rawalpindi. Former Pakistan captain Shahid Afridi has asserted that his daughters do not have any social media accounts. Afridi said all the social media profiles that were associated with the name of his daughters were fake. Up next, we have the health updates. The first real-world data shows that HPV vaccine is cutting cases of cervical cancer by nearly 90% in humans. Cancer Research UK described nearly all cervical cancers are caused by viruses, and the hope is vaccination could almost eliminate the disease. Up next, we have the updates on science and technology. The Israeli company behind the controversial Pegasus spyware has been added to a US trade blacklist. The US has now put its maker, NSO Group, on its entity list, banning business dealings with them. Global carbon dioxide emissions are set to rebound to near the levels they were at before COVID. The amount of planet heating gas released in 2020 fell by 5.4%, but a scientific report by the Global Carbon Project predicts carbon dioxide emissions will rise by 4.9% this year. Up next, we have the sports updates. Pakistan skipper Babar Azam has reclaimed the #1 position in International Cricket Council's T21 batting rankings. The Pakistani captain struck 250 so far in the mega event. Pakistan skipper Babar Azam's father has asked the Pakistan Cricket Board to treat women cricketer Bisma Amjad through the captain's match fee. Last month, Bisma Amjad had suffered a head injury during practice in Karachi. Former Indian cricket captain Rahul Dravid has been appointed the head coach of the men's national team. Dravid will take charge from the upcoming home series against New Zealand. Up next, we have the entertainment updates. Bollywood star Saif Ali Khan's eldest son Ibrahim Ali Khan is working as an assistant director to Karan Johar. His movie Rocky Aur Rani Ki Prem Kahani stars Ranveer Singh and Alia Bhatt in the lead roles. Turkish actors Nurettin Sönmez and Cengiz Coşkun have arrived in Pakistan on a private visit to meet their Pakistani fans, politicians, and local actors. Nurettin is best known for his role of Bamsi Bey in hit Turkish series Dileriz Ertuğrul. Pakistani actors Ayman Salim, Hira Mani, and Shehzad Sheikh will be seen sharing the television screen in the upcoming drama Ibn Hawa. Ibn Hawa will mark Salim's comeback to television as she temporarily quits the entertainment industry. Up next, we have the business updates. The first ever consignment of trucks from Uzbekistan has reached Pakistan via the Turkham border. The customs estimates with inherent advantages of 80% shorter and 38% cheaper trade routes. Sharp increase of imports, exports, and transit through Pakistan under TIR regime will be gained. The Pakistani rupee continued to perform well against the US dollar. With a fresh increase of 0.34%, the currency has gained around Rs 5.30 against the greenback during the last 6 sessions. Pakistani rupee settles at 169.97 against the greenback in interbank market. The National Electric Power Regulatory Authority has announced a winter package for electricity consumers in an effort to discourage the use of gas in the winter season. The consumers will be charged Rs 12.96 per unit after the consumption of 300 units of electricity during the winter months.